The Hollow Dweller. They say the city beneath our feet is alive. A labyrinth of forgotten tunnels, crumbling catacombs, and rusted machinery buried beneath decades of dust. The perfect place for urban explorers like us, thrill seekers chasing shadows in the dark. We'd heard the stories before, of course. Every place like this has its legends. But the one about the Hollow Dweller felt different. They whispered about a creature that lurked in the deepest tunnels, a remnant of some long-forgotten tragedy. It was said to be human once, a miner trapped in a collapse who turned to cannibalism to survive. When the rescue crews finally found him, he was different. His eyes glowed in the dark, his skin pale and stretched tight over unnaturally long limbs. They sealed him down here, or so the story went. We laughed it off. Legends always get blown out of proportion, right? There were 5 of us, me, Mia, Tasha, Aaron, and Ben. We planned everything, maps, flashlights, drones, even a thermal camera Aaron insisted we bring. We entered through a manhole in an abandoned lot, dropping into the abyss below. The first few hours were exhilarating, navigating through damp tunnels and crumbling rooms with faded graffiti. Tasha took endless photos, her camera flashed the only burst of light in the suffocating dark. Then we found the first carving. It was etched deep into the concrete, a crude figure, tall and lanky, with hollow eyes staring back at us. Creepy, Mia muttered, snapping a photo. Ben said nothing, just stared at it with this strange look on his face. As we went deeper, the air grew colder. Not the normal underground chill, but a biting, unnatural cold that clung to your skin. Aaron's drone suddenly lost signal, its feed cutting to static. Probably just interference, he said, but his voice wavered. That's when we heard the first sound. A faint scratching, coming from somewhere ahead. Tasha, always the brave one, took the lead. Probably rats, she joked, but her hands were trembling. The scratching grew louder as we moved forward, echoing off the walls. Then, abruptly, it stopped. We found the bones next. Human, without a doubt. They were scattered in a small chamber, arranged in grotesque patterns, spirals, circles, and something that almost looked like a face. Aaron gagged. Ben turned pale, muttering something about how we needed to leave. We didn't listen. Mia was determined to keep going, convinced we were close to finding something incredible. She was right. Just not in the way she thought. We heard it before we saw it. A low, guttural growl that seemed to come from everywhere at once. The beam of my flashlight trembled as I swung it around, searching. Then I saw it, those eyes, glowing faintly in the dark, like twin embers in a black void. The Hollow Dweller. It moved impossibly fast, a blur of pale, elongated limbs and jagged claws. Tasha screamed and bolted, but the thing was on her in seconds, dragging her into the shadows. Her scream cut off with a sickening crunch. We ran. The tunnels blurred together as we stumbled through the dark, chased by the echo of its claws scraping against the concrete. Aaron tripped, his flashlight spinning away as he hit the ground. He begged us not to leave him, but the creature was already there, its glowing eyes fixed on him. We didn't look back. Ben led us to an old maintenance room, slamming the door shut behind us. He was shaking, muttering about how we'd never been meant to come here. They sealed it away for a reason, he said, tears streaming down his face. It was never supposed to get out. Mia and I didn't ask what he meant. We just listened to the scratching at the door, growing louder, closer. We made a break for it when the scratching stopped. The exit wasn't far. I could see the faint glow of daylight filtering through the manhole above. Mia was the first to climb up, and I followed, my hands trembling as I pulled myself out of the dark. We collapsed on the ground, gasping for air, the distant sound of Ben's screams echoing up to us. We sealed the manhole with a heavy iron grate, hoping it would be enough. But sometimes, late at night, I swear I can still hear it. That faint, rhythmic scratching. It's waiting. And it's hungry.